So we'll start off with the top story, um, which is the Soulja Boy and and Kai Cenat rap beef, or I don't even know if we can call it beef. Maybe we can just call it potential beef, because it has to be two people. We have to have two people, not one person, not just one challenger. And at this point, that's all we have. So apparently, this has been an ongoing potential feud by Soulja Boy trying to get some type of reaction from Kai Cenat for quite a while now. And yesterday, Soulja Boy went on to X and decided to challenge Kai Cenat to a boxing match, calling him a Diddy clone and offering him taper and a fade. And in street lingo, that's some fighting words, some fisticuffs, some mixing it up. So so the beef apparently traces back to Streamer University. So Soulja Boy wasn't included in the 2026 audition, and so he decided to launch his own rapper university in retaliation, and had already threatened to come after Kai if he was left off of his roster for Streamer University. So worth watching your for your stream. Kai's most likely response venture is his Twitch stream rather than X. Um, Recall he just announced his return to streaming, which uh, is with a Tyler reunion. So if he addresses it, which I'm not sure that he will, I don't know that he necessarily has a reason to at this point. The clip will probably surface via drama alert or act, first, but a non-response will also be kind of on brand and typical for Kai, which he'll likely just ignore the challenge bait unless it's really content worthy. I think it could be content worthy personally. It's like compared to what? Celebrity boxing match compared to what? Maybe it would be better to watch him do that than watch him on the computer or watch him eat a burger and fries or watch him do whatever. Just from the entertainment value of it, I would be interested. I would. But at this point, I don't think Kai Cenat has a real, I don't think he has the motivation to go there. I mean, he only has something to lose, I guess. I mean, I mean, I don't think it's just. I think it's just not worth his time. Like, so what? Win or lose, it still has to make some kind of sense. He's made it this far without a celebrity boxing match. Needing that kind of entertainment or being involved in that to uh, to gain notoriety. You know, now Soulja Boy, on the other hand, he can really gain a lot. He can get a lot of exposure with this younger crowd that he's kind of lost touch with. So he would have a tough sell, but I think it's possible to sell that to to Kai Cenat. Say, hey, look, if you're willing to do this boxing match with me, I will bring you something. He better find out what Kai Cenat wants. You know, what would he want? What would motivate him to do that? You know, you would have to know. You'd have to know him. You'd have to know, maybe know somebody that knows. Like, hey, if you did this, he might be on board. Well, you know, you got to start by knowing him to know what his triggers may be to want to do something that is on his face seems pretty one sided. You know, at this point. Next topic: Cardi B. Aha, aha is here. So I believe it was just released because it should have been released at midnight East Coast time. So I'm guessing it's here now. This is Cardi B's first song of the 2026 year, so calendar year. So this is her rollout to her new album. So this week, Cardi B got misquoted, got a White House statement, got judged for a cigarette, and got a single. All of um and a single out of it all. Aha is here. Okay, let's see. Monday, she teased a track with a bar. Can't trap me, I won't keep it. The internet decided that meant pregnancy for her to say, I won't keep it. Um, Cardi B responds, no, no, that meant a man, in her words. A baby won't trap me, I'll just leave. Then the same snippet diss Trump, President Trump, and the actual White House spokesperson responded to the snippet, and then she lit a cigarette on live and told us, "Y'all better not effing judge me." And on Friday at midnight, Atlantic said we can't buy press like this, and fast tracked to release a song, first music since "Am I the Drama?" Cover art in Dominican flag colors, hook that's literally just aha, which means everyone has misquoted her all week and now singing her rebuttal. She turned discourse into a chorus. That's not damage control. That's a business model. Um, Marketing genius or luckiest crash out alive? You be the judge. Vote in the chat. Um, can it be a little bit of both? Can a lucky crash out also have a good marketing team? I think both can be true. I think Cardi is not opposed to a good crash out. You know, she seems to be always up for that. You know, she's down for a crash out. And if she has a good marketing team on standby, then she's winning on both ends because they can take advantage of those viral moments. You know, that's what a good marketing team would do. You know, maximize that. You know, you don't let that just come and go, and you, oh well, hey man, we should have said something. We should have did something with that. Oh man, we were popping last week, man. We should have used that. We should have made the most of that, man. Oh, what are we doing? So I think you can do both. But Krishan Rock. Now this is so no humor in this one. This is about someone who passed away and a person who is believed to be responsible for it, yeah, at least in the court of public opinion. And of course, we know that in the court of public opinion, there is no due process. There is no innocent to proven guilty. If they believe you did it, we might as well stop the investigation. You know, people just believe it and that's it. So this one is with heavy hearts. Let's be adults. Uh, Krishan Rock is publicly denying any involvement in the death of her ex-boyfriend Ronnie. She went off on camera about the rumors linking her to it. The Shade Room and No Jumper both ran her response today. Um, here's what we actually know. Very little. Ronnie passed. The internet immediately started connecting dots that no investigator has at this point connected. And Krishan says she had nothing to do with it. Uh, that's the whole confirmed story. No charges, no official statement contradicting her. Just a rumor mill doing what rumor mills do. Um, at least to they do to women whose entire life has been public since the Blueface era. Okay, so that's the real conversation. Whether you think of Krishan trial by quote tweet, it keeps getting people hurt. You know, if new facts drop, we'll cover that. But until then, her denial is on record, and the speculation is just that. So, where's the line between drama and covering drama and feeding drama? You know, respond in the chat. But you know, I think that it's. I think we have to be patient. You know, someone lost their life, and I think there will be a full-on investigation as a result. So, so it would be reasonable to reserve judgment till more facts come out. You know, it's easy just to say, "Oh, well, she didn't like him," which may be true, or hey, she said something that's inappropriate after someone passed away. Maybe true, but you know, there still needs to be some type of evidence, some type of linkage, some type of something more than just, you know, uh, she didn't like him and she probably would want him not to be here. Well, all that may be facts, but that doesn't mean she did. She actually did that. And it's possible somebody else could have at this point until there's more facts to come out, till the investigation comes out, till so I don't think there is a rush that we where we have to make a decision today on who did what, who may have done what to whom. We can slow walk it. I mean, this is pretty serious. Uh, so there'll be plenty of time if she's done it to for her to get her consequences as a result. But we don't have to rush to that. We can take our time to get there, and it'll be what it is. Um, Next story: Little Uzi, Little Uzi surprise birthday drop. Is anybody looking forward to that? Let me know in the chat. Little Uzi Vert woke up on his birthday with uh with a surprise EP. Maverick, Always Forever. 8 brand new songs dropped like a birthday gift from Uzi actually to us, which is kind of backwards, but that's Uzi. And the bar everybody's running back off is the Say It Was. And he says, "You thought I really lost my touch. They thought that I was done." Well, that's a mission statement. You know, after the Barter 16 discourse, after every Uzi fell off thread, 8 songs on his birthday is the most rock star possible response. You know, you can't say someone's done while they're actively dropping. Well, you can, but you'll be streaming it while you typing, I guess. So that's a possibility. Um, Double XL and Complex both had it up within hours. You know, numbers are climbing tonight as we speak. You know, early chat verdict is is going on right now. But in the comments, do you have you heard the EP so far? Do you consider birthday heat or birthday filler? What are your thoughts? I haven't heard anything from Uzi Vert in a while, so I really can't say either way. I would like to believe that it's something worth checking out, but I'll be listening to it shortly just to see. Why not? Why not? Why not listen to a little Uzi Vert tonight? His birthday, for Christ's sake. Next topic, Rick Ross, the boss. So Rick Ross called Drake washed after Iceman came out. Then the numbers came out for Rick Ross's latest album. So that's where the problems start. So Rick Ross had a week. The biggest boss called Drake washed, and then Set in Stone posted first Set in Stone posted first week numbers so soft that the Kid Mero publicly clowned him. That's the food chain in action. You talk spicy, you better sell spicy. Now zoom out because this connects to a bigger fight. Academics was just on the Joe Budden podcast breakdown of Ross sales, arguing that rap numbers are actually on the decline across the board. So, is this a Ross problem or a rap problem? You know, what do you think? Maybe a little bit of both. Maybe things are just changing where you know legacy artists are learning that catalog respect doesn't auto convert to first week streams anymore. Just I mean, not just automatically, I guess. But before you put Rose in a casket, you know, same week news broke that he's building a 670 unit housing development in his hometown of Miami Gardens. So while the album may have underperformed, underwhelmed, but the portfolio, the real estate portfolio, now that's platinum. We'll call that platinum. Every day he is hustling. Testing, testing. Hello. Testing, testing. So, chat question. Can you be washed on the charts and winning in real life? That's an easy one for me. Absolutely. You know, rap is a young man's game. Rap ain't for old dudes. It's just not. It's just not set up like that. You know, only a few have been able to really pull it off with any type of effectiveness. You know, um, I think the purpose of it is to get some experience and leverage, make the money, leverage, get the clout, leverage. You know, it's a hustle, like any other. You know, if you were a basketball player, should you expect to do that for life? If you were an actor, if you were whatever, football player, baseball player, you know, these people go on to other chapters in their lives. And it's like, I think that's the expectation more so than to assume that because you had some strong sales initially, that your sales will be that for until, yeah, maybe you have some strong, some solid work, solid catalog, solid material at one point. That doesn't mean that that's all that is the play. You know, that's the play then. Maybe the play next is some type of real estate, some type of business venture, some type of some maybe other artist development. I mean, it's a lot of different ways to proceed from that, from there. You know, so so to answer that question, I think you can be washed as far as writing new material, absolutely. But I think that's more normal than not at the same time. Next up, we got I Show Speed versus Gravity. I wonder who won. I wonder who wins that. So I Show Speed tried to fly with balloons, no less, and like the house from Up, except the house was speed and the budget was vibes. The balloons popped, shocking absolutely no one who ever met a balloon. And my man came crashing down, showing his injury like a war medal. Now here's where it gets spicy. Half the internet says the whole thing was staged. The balloon popped too conveniently. The camera angles were too ready. The injury reveal was too cinematic. Now the other half says Speed would absolutely just do this. And honestly, I think both takes are believable, and that's why he's Speed. He's built a career on the line between no way that's real and it's Speed. Of course it's real. Either way, two drama alert posts, 6 figures in views, and we're all talking about them, staged or not. The algorithm doesn't keep receipts on that kind of thing. So, chat question. Here we go again. Who's ready? Real stunt goes wrong or scripted content? Drop your verdict. I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I'm kind of torn. I don't know. It could have been scripted, but he could have gotten hurt. That's what I can say to that. It could have been scripted. True indeed. But he could have also been injured from that height, crashing down into however that went. So Maybe that's how you get the big streaming numbers, doing something that is worth getting hurt. Um, Futures repost. Anybody familiar with that story? Future. She belonged to the street. Okay, so all right, so this was for my real ones who follow rap's legal sagas. So Future, who tweets almost nothing, reposted a 2022 clip of John. He reposted a 2022 clip of Doughboy denying that Big U ran him down at LAX while he was with Sierra. No caption, no comment, just the repost. Context: speed run. Big U Henley is now on trial. Okay, that old story about the LAX incident has been floating for years, and Doughboy denied it on camera back in 2022. So why is Future, of all people, the most silent superstar in rap, digging up 4-year-old denial clips this week, mid-trial for Big U? Well, that's the T. Unfortunately, nobody knows. Maybe it's a receipt. Maybe it's a message. Maybe Pluto just scrolled through his own timeline at 3 a.m. like the rest of us. But when the quietest man in hip hop moves, everyone checks the chessboard. So, what are you all? What are your thoughts? Innocent scroll or calculated message? Conspiracy corner activate. Let's hear it. Well, I definitely don't think it was a random mistake or just I have trouble believing that. I think something definitely happened, and I think that is a message as to what happened. Now, maybe it didn't go exactly the way the rumor is, and only Big U and Future would know what really happened. But I think that is definitely a message. That's like a shot being fired across the bow, like a warning shot type of deal. That's all I can make out of that. So new music Friday rapid fire. All right, here we go. Okay, rapid fire. What dropped at midnight? Go. So we got Cardi B. Aha, covered it. Pre-viral before it existed. Next, we have Tyga, Starface, full album. T-Raw in his album era while everyone was looking elsewhere. Do not let the quiet rollout fool you. Tyga singles have a way of outliving the discourse. So keep an eye out for that one for sure. Shabuzi, the outlaw Sherry Lee, other Western tales. The country rap crossover king going full concept album cowboy. He was just at that exclusive Spotify event in LA celebrating it. The machine is definitely behind this one. Next up, we have Corrupt and Daz. New dog pound heat for the West Coast heads. Legacy check. These are the architects. Hey, respected. Plus, Uzi's Uziverse surprise EP, Crashing the Party. And Double XL's Best of the Week list with Meek Mill, Trippy Red, and Wale in the mix too. So, chat question. What's getting your first full stream tonight? Wrong answers accepted. Judge publicly.